I thought I had my mic off and I was busy talking to myself instead of everybody else. Anyway, I see there are 42 people on board this evening, and I'd like to welcome everybody. And secondly, I'd like to just find out from a show of hands, maybe how many people are new to Bitcoin Wise and know nothing, or need to find out how things work. And then after that, I'm going to show one or two little things that we've done in the past week, new features. And then I'd like to open up to questions and answers tonight. I haven't got anything planned specifically, so I think it'll be a good time just to answer some questions because everybody seems to have lots of questions. Not sure if I can answer everything, but I'll definitely try. Anyway, so let me just sort a few settings out here. Okay, so can everybody hear me? It says mute. It's fine. You should be hearing me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great. At least I've got that confirmation. I'm not talking to myself. Okay, anyway, I just want to share my screen quickly because I think that's probably the best way to go as far as showing things. Just hold on. Okay, so you all see my screen. Okay, now, firstly, I'd just like to ask, does everybody know how to get to, well, let's start at the beginning in case there's new people here. If you've paid up and you're a member, you should have access to the starter kit or the starter pack. And this is the domain that you go to. If you want to read that off or make a note of it, it's just bitcoinwise, the full name, .co.za/starter pack. And then you would log in over here, put in either your member number, your ID number, or your phone number, any combination of those three, any two of the three, and then that will log you in. And it'll also show you at the top here how many members there are at present. So every day you can watch this and see how it's growing. Okay, and you can go through this. If you need help on this or understanding it further, we can do that on another session. I'll actually do a session just going through that on its own because there have been some changes, but it's much the same as the old one. The only difference is really the security now to get you in. And there's a welcome message here from Dr. France. Like I say, if you haven't heard it, I would suggest that you go through it and have a listen. Anyway, from here, you can go to the knowledge base. And the knowledge base should be somewhere down there. We go, Bitcoin knowledge base. Now, what that does is it takes you to this page over here, which is actually an open page, but you could save it as a favorite on your desktop or on your phone. And this here gives you all the information regarding the business. If you start from the top front left-hand side here and you work your way through, a lot of these are expanded on the right-hand side here. And the one I want to focus on at the moment, just for the moment, because there were changes that were made just recently, is the referral video tool, which is sort of a hit. And I'll explain and show you why. It's basically one link that you can use to send on WhatsApp or any other. In fact, let me just play this video for you first, which I made today to show you how it works instead of me actually explaining or doing it myself, just to see that it makes sense for everybody. And then we'll take it from there. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a quick tutorial on how to use the referral video tool. When you come to the knowledge base, if you're given this link, you can have a look here, read through everything. Just for good measure, this is the video that I'm making at the moment, and yeah, one tool to generate your private links. So you click on that, brings you to this page over here. You can take a note of this and save it as a favorite. And whenever you want to make a new video link or look at new videos, they'll be listed over here. You choose whichever one you want. You can see what it's all about. You can just click one, put your phone number over here, and you can either put your phone number as I put it here with a 0 in front, or you can put a 27 in front, it doesn't matter, or you can use your membership number, any of those three options. When you click generate, it then comes up with the sample of the link itself, as well as an image which you can use in your WhatsApp. So I'm going to show you how to see what this video is. You can click on the play button over here. It will then bring you to what a person would see if they saw your link. It shows your contact details over here. Gives them a link to watch the full webinar and a lot of other information with the link tree. Register against your name or to send your WhatsApp message. If I go back here again, what I recommend and the way that I use it is I go to my WhatsApp right here. You can do this from your phone as well. You take a copy of the image over here, you say copy, then go to your WhatsApp and you paste the image over here. Then where it says caption and additional information, that's where you go back here and copy your link. And then you go back over here and you paste it over here. It's as simple as that. Now you click send. The person will receive a message like this together with the image of the video. So it looks nice and pretty. If you don't put the image of the video, it will just give you an icon, a Bitcoin-wise icon with the little caption as well. I'll show you without that. So let's do it again. And not send the image, just send the link. You can do this as well if you don't want to send the picture. And you're going to say watch your video and contact us for details. So you've got this option or this option. I prefer this option with the image. It just looks more glossy. And now when the end user clicks on it, it will take them to your video. Okay, so that's out of the way. Like I say, rather than repeating my cabbages, that's the whole idea of these videos that I'm making, these tools, so anybody can show them or share them with anybody else that are other people that are members. But what I do want to mention is that we've got about 7 videos, as you saw, and quite a few of the videos have been pointed out to me that are still showing 200 Rand. So I'm going to be trying to find other videos to replace them, rather than making them empty slots. So at the moment, there's 7 videos. So I need to find a total of 7 videos that either refer to the 350 Rand. Alternatively, we need to try and fix some of them or make some more videos or find some more videos. So if anybody else has any videos that they can share with us, please do, so that we can add them to this catalog. And I want to get rid of the 250s everywhere on the Trello board. It just takes a bit of time to clean up and to change, as you can imagine. So yeah, with that said, I think there's so much that can be gone through, but I'd rather try and strategize a plan on how we're going to do our training going forward, so that I can record certain training on certain features, like how to market on social media and that sort of thing. Like some of the tips that I can give you that I've been taught and told. I'm not a marketer myself, but I do quite a bit of marketing for my normal business, my everyday business. And one of the things that they say is that you shouldn't send links when you're advertising on Facebook and on Instagram or any of those sort of things. You can send them, you can put a video there or an image, but basically you must tell people to contact you directly, to give you a private message and ask for more information. And the reason they say that you do it that way is that social media wants you to communicate with people, and it wants people to communicate with you. That's how they make their business. You're supposed to be joining or creating relationships with people. And the way to do that is to actually start talking to each other. And they don't like it if you just put a link out there. So they don't give you as much publicity if you put out links. They can almost block you from marketing and advertising. Anyway, so let me go back to switch back or stop sharing. If I can, just hold on a sec. Isaiah, you can talk now if you want, but I want to just try and see if I can see everybody.
Okay, Peter, thank you so much. We appreciate all the work that you're doing. It's
Sure.
really, really appreciated. Some of us are a bit of slow learners. Just take us through, how do you actually go to that knowledge base site or place?
Yeah, so
just repeat for us, but I'm sure you've said it several times, but please help us.
Okay, I'll explain it again slower. if it helps. Okay, so
yes.
Without going there, do you know how to get to this? The easiest is probably to go follow this link over here, which is your starter pack. So in other words, make a note of bcoinwise.co.za /starter pack. Okay.
Okay.
And then you type that in your browser. And then when it opens and it comes up, I'm going to push enter. So it'll come up and look like this, even on your cell phone. And then at the top, yeah, you see it says loaded 13,509. That's how many people there are in the organization at the moment. So it's also an interesting thing to look at day on day, week on week, how this number is growing. Okay. Anyway, with that said, once you've saved this, okay, if you read here, it also reminds you what you need to do. If you see what it says, any two of the three fields below. So it's your membership number, which you'll find in the back office of BcoinWise. It's your South African ID number, and it's your phone number in any format. So like I say, whether it's 031, that is my membership number, for example, but I can put my ID number here if I want, and I can put my cell phone number here. I just use this one because it remembers it, so I don't have to type it out. And that's why I also use that one. Anyway, so once you do that, you log in here. And when you log in, you'll get Dr. Francis' welcome message to all the new people. And you'll see it says not selling, just telling. That's the sort of the logo that we use, or the message that we use. And if you go further down here, you'll see here's the BcoinWise knowledge base. Okay, and that is a product I use called Trello, which is a nice place to store everything that you need to store about any business or anything. Just to explain to you what this is designed to do. It's actually like a board. Do you remember in the old days? No, that's straight. Here we go. Okay, you remember in the old days, businesses and companies used to have paper cards. So a job card, if they're fixing cars or servicing your car, they fill out a form, or at the doctor, you've got a card they take out, and then they have a look at your illnesses and your problems from the past, and they add to the card. It's like a job card. That's what this is designed for. It's actually a card system. But the nice thing about it is that you can search in here for anything that you're looking for. And you can see I use it extensively, not just for BcoinWise. Anyway, so the stuff in the front here was organized. I actually asked AI to help me. I like using AI. And it suggested these cards that I should use in the front here to distinguish the different areas within the business. Anyway, but a lot of these ones over here I created previously to that. So what I did is I pointed to here because there's just so much information. I can't put it all on one card. So I've broken it up on the top here. So this is all, I'm going to just go through this anyway, just so you understand it. Okay. Like I say, I wouldn't worry too much in the front here, although this just points you to the right-hand side. So if you go to the right-hand side and go further down here and look at the top here, this will give you ideas of what's down here if you just want to browse through this and have a look. So this is ideas, motivations, suggestions, and improvements, okay? So in here, for example, I've got members' feedback. Okay, this is actually not even, as you can see, it's not even there. There is a members' feedback. I might actually need to put it there. I don't know why. I probably put it somewhere else. This is the problem trying to manage it on my own. Is that, and we're getting over that as well somewhere along the line. But what I have got is questions and answers, or these questions area where people can actually put down grievances or suggestions or anything else. And now I can't even remember where it is. Let me just see if I can find it if I ask for questions and grievances or whatever, because it should come up there. Questions and suggestion board. So that should probably be over here under members' feedback. Anyway, so if I go here, okay, and I click on this, which is BCW questions and suggestion board, it'll take you to a board where you can actually add your suggestions. Okay, so you can put your name over here, your phone number, your questions and suggestions, category here, what it's related to. And these things are going to be answered by the head office itself. And there was a lot of requests for information to be passed on so that they can get answers. And to me, what should happen is that these questions should all be accumulated for meetings like this together with head office, because I'm not head office, so that these sort of questions can be answered. And they can go through it beforehand and actually plan the answers for the questions if it's something that's a little bit sticky, let's call it that. Anyway, but that's something else on the back burner. But yeah, like I say, this should be over here. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to, for now, I'm just going to go here. I'll fix this later. And I'm just going to put this over here. So if anybody goes here, they will find the link to that board, questions and suggestion board. Okay. So that solves that. This here is an inspirational calculator. I don't know if everybody's seen this. There's actually 2 calculators that you can play with. So if I go here, there was actually 2. I don't know why they're not both on here. I thought they were both here. Let me just double click this. Like I say, I could go through everything that's on this board, but I don't know if everybody wants me to do that sort of thing. In fact, the link that I'm looking for, this might be an older one, is actually on here. If you look here, you'll see the calculator for the starter pack bonus and the calculator for the shopping rewards. Now, these 2 should be there under the knowledge base. So everything there is duplicated, but it's just so that once you've saved this, there's so much information that it's very difficult to put it under a service pack. So part of the service pack is the knowledge base, which is all this information that you see here. So, for example, I'm going to just go through the main headings and just go through briefly what they are. But that calculator, you can look at it at your own time, or we can go through it together sometime if you've got questions. Isaiah, I see your hand is still up. Have you got something else you want to ask while I'm talking to you?
No, thanks. It's the same question. I'll have to get it down.
Okay, so I'll just carry on and explain the headings for you so that you understand it. So yeah, so this is to do with ideas and motivations and suggestions. This is useful links and resources, such as the knowledge base and other boards and training. There aren't any really. Support numbers and WhatsApp groups. So the idea is to build a list of all the WhatsApp groups in Cape Town, Joburg, Durban, that sort of thing. Here you've got the company. Yes. And in fact, the contact details are actually here under contact details. So yeah, like I say, some of these things have to be changed. But here's the catalog, the latest catalog. Search for merchants. That was another app that I created. And I don't know if everybody's seen that. But this basically brings up the list of all the merchants. And you can see there's a total of, if I go right down to the bottom, I'm sure it's on the bottom here, there's 16,777 merchants at the moment. And this is the latest list that we got from Cellbucks. Unfortunately, they only gave us the titles that were given to us, like you see them here. So what is nice is that because a lot of the titles have areas in the title, me being in Durban, if I type Durban, I can see that there's 16,777 rows. But if you look right at the bottom, there are 81 listed names that are in Durban. It doesn't mean there's only 81 people in Durban. There's probably a lot more. The only reason why it's 81 is that this name says KZN Durbanville, which is actually in Cape Town. So it's not in Durban, but it's got the name Durban in it. So when we're searching for a name in the title. And like I say, it should cover most, like you see, Berea this is all Durban. So if we say Boksburg, as an example, you'll see all the places that have got the name Boksburg in their title. Okay, so it's not a true list as I would like it, but I know that they're busy working on an application that we'll all have access to on our cell phones, where we'll be able to actually search for anything that we're looking for, and it will show us within our area where we are. Yeah, as well, you can also ask for all. Maybe that's also the reason why it's not showing as many, or whatever the case is. But yeah, so this is of the 1st of the 9th, 2025. But like I say, I can go through all these boards one at a time, but it could be quite painful or slow, but also it just depends. I can go through more of it, but if there's questions, please raise your hands and I'll answer questions, even if it's not related to the board, because that's what I thought we would do tonight. If there's any questions specifically about training and understanding the product, or on the product itself, and on Cellbucks, or on payments, or anything else that I might be able to answer. Anyway, so here's a board, a row for cards for training. Like here's, if you want to start the 90-day challenge, how to pay your 350 Rand, how to make purchases using Cellbucks at Checkers. And inside there, I've got links and videos, for example, where I actually went shopping, and I've got the slips and the explanations of it on videos for those people that are not sure how it works. So that's what I've tried to do. As I've learned and as I've collected information, I've put it here, and anything that I find online that anybody shared, I added to this. And that's how this has grown. So it's just, yeah, a collection of all the things that we need to learn. Then here we've got the presentations live and online. This is, I don't know if everybody's heard the song. Hey, you know that we've got a theme song. We can play this if you want. It's like not too long. They're chasing cash, dreams on foot, I'm moving fast. And I found a way to break the chain. Equal wide, no more strain. Just like you only want, that's all. Now I'm standing 10 feet tall. Switch my game with full of mine. Now I earn while I'm sipping wine. E-coin wise, continue to lead. Building my network, planting the seed. And the bills really digital flow. Only those dares are ready to play. E-coin wise, who's real? Turn on 200 to a deal. No monthly rent, no hidden fees. Just share the vision, blink the freeze. I'm not waiting, I'm creating. Take that card, fill the tank, groceries done, money in the bank. Don't chase, lead the way. Entrepreneurs rise every day. Build a network, planting the seed. He's going to land. It's not for everyone, just a bold, driven, wants to stay. I need to change my life today. Anyway, I think it's a brilliant song. I haven't played it to the end, but I actually think I'm going to take this video and make it one of the videos to replace one of them that talk about the 200 Rand instead of 350. For now, anyway. I think that's a good idea to use that video. Anyway, so here's the live opportunities, and I basically point here to the WhatsApp group where the presentations are all published, and that's where you can see the latest presentations that are going to be on. And then over here, we've got the history. So if you want to look at the previous opportunity presentations from Max, you can go here and watch those videos. And then the same with any of the training. I publish all of the training. You can see all the dates here, and I'll just keep adding to it so that anybody can access the training. Head office weekly event, weekly updates. There's all the last 4 meetings that we've had. Info on personal presentations, one-on-one presentations, to book presentations if people want to actually physically come and have a presentation in KZN, for example. Like I say, I'm happy to add everybody in here and even give access to people that need to add information in here that are in the different areas, like the leaders or the agents that come on board, and head office, of course. Business presentation. This is actually one of the presentations that I've got on the that you can choose that basically explains, okay, I don't know if this is the actual presentation or this is the merchant guide. This is the video, one of the videos that I've got that I made, which is amongst the videos on the advertising. And then here's the PDF PowerPoints. I must just double check if it's the latest one. And then here you've got a link. There's also links elsewhere, the same links to Google Drive, where I've got copies of all the videos, all the files, all the texts, all the images, all the marketing material is all sitting here under this drive, and it's all open for everybody to have access to. Like I say, we still need to work through all of those and make sure that they haven't got the 200 Rands and they all got the 350s, and whatever we can edit, we need to change and get them up to date. But unfortunately, it takes time. So that's all the marketing stuff, like I say. Send this with your lead magnet, okay? some of the things I haven't looked at for so long, I've forgotten what I actually wrote. Anyway, flyer leads. Okay, this is just one of the flyers that were handed around, but like I said, that's 200 Rand once again. So all these things need to be fixed. But I think what I'm probably going to do is just remove all the things that have got 200 Rand related. So as an example, let me just delete this now. It'll be under the Google Drive anyway, but maybe I'll keep an archive of the Google Drive stuff. I'll make an old folder with the 200 Rand folder and put it there so that we can get ideas or look at those things for ideas to recreate them for the 350. In person to person marketing, okay, that's all that stuff there. I think we basically covered. The next one is questions and answers. So these are questions and answers that I've had from people regarding Bitcoin Wise, and here's some more of them. How does Bitcoin Wise referral and starter pack reward profits get shared? Okay, this was to give more of a breakdown. And here's the calculator that we've got under the other side. And I think there's even a document that I did here. Yeah, so if you have a look here, it basically explains everything in a better detail, maybe. And then the same here, there's also a document here, which maybe breaks it down easier for people to understand. Yeah, people understand things in different ways. So yeah, that's why I ended up making it. Whenever I get asked questions, I try and not duplicate myself. So I try and document it or put it in a way that I can store it. So anybody else asks the same question, it's there. Because the whole idea is, if you're building a network of, or I'll call it a community of 15,000 people, you can't look after and talk to 15,000 people. So at the end of the day, it's up to all of us to share this knowledge and information with everybody else. So this is just the tool to do that. So anybody wants to add anything to you, please communicate with me and let's add it, or anything that you feel needs to be removed, like anything you see that's got 200 Rand. I think maybe I must actually make a questionnaire or something where we can actually post or screenshots of whatever it is that needs to be fixed, and then I can work through it slowly. I have got one other lady that's wanting to help me, which I've sent her the rights to get access to it. So we can work through that list and clean the thing up. Unfortunately, that's what happens when we make changes over time. Hopefully, there's not too many changes in the future. Merchant signups. A lot of people ask about how does it work with a merchant signup. It's basically explained over here. And then we've got merchants on Sellbucks. Remembering this was before we had that list as well. Voucher Warehouse, explaining the relationship between Voucher Warehouse and ourselves. My first purchase and how that went and how it worked. The contact details, how to pay Voucher Warehouse. It's all broken down here with videos explaining it and showing it. And that's the sort of thing we can cover. And also, obviously, you can go to Dave's presentations where he explains everything as well. Then we've got Pick and Pay and how that works and how it worked for me. There is a list somewhere else. There it is. There's a list of that's a list of merchants. There's a list of the different names that everybody calls, the different shops call the different names as well, as far as whether it's Y code or what's it, Pick and Pay uses smart banking, I think, or smart shopping, smart banking. Take a lot online, how to purchase, what to do. There's a video that somebody made, which I just capped over here so that people can see it. I haven't pushed play, but there you go.
Hi, my son.
So I won't go through it now. Like I say, it's all here. You can go through it in your own time. Places to eat, restaurants and takeouts. Yeah, so that's just got all that sort of information in it. New merchants rolling out. This was just a row that I put here of places that I've heard are coming on board or slowly getting there. You'll actually see on the list, for example, if you go and look, there are SPAR stores. If you have a look on the merchant list, but it's only specific stores. And I give that explanation. Well, I thought I gave it here. SPAR head office and some branches waiting for franchises to sign up. But that's the reason why it's not published, that Astron isn't on everywhere, but there are some Astron garages coming on board. They're all going to be on board, and also Caltex, which is now becoming Astron. This is Saver Products, which is my business here in Durban for security products. There's Voucher Warehouse again. But those are just companies that are rolling out. So that's basically what the knowledge base is all about. That's the short story. Like I say, there is a lot of information that I haven't even covered that's on the knowledge base. Anyway, yeah, I'm just trying to think what else there is in the starter pack that can help you or explain anything else to you. Are there any other questions? I'm looking for some hands. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I didn't see you, Hendrik. You want to talk?
Hi, Peter. Yes, please. I just want to know, will it be possible for Cellbucks in the future to upgrade the SMS system to tap the phone system to make it even easier? Will it be technically possible?
Wait, explain the question again. Instead of the SMS system, you saying?
You need to punch in the code. Won't it be able to
make it so the phone can actually, you can tap your phone? Yes, that's a brilliant idea. I'm sure they can do that because it's not a difficult thing to do programmatically. I understand it because I do programming. But I think that they're probably going to work that into their app because I know that you see, what they've told me makes me realize or believe that they are making a cell phone app. And the reason why they're making a cell phone app, or they need to make a cell phone app, they wouldn't be able to do it on a browser interface like they're using at the moment. And that browser interface is very slow, as you know. And if you click too quickly, you end up with an error on your screen. I don't know if you've actually tried to use Cellbucks on your cell phone or on the desktop and seen the error that I'm talking about. But what happens is it has to download the whole web page, like the same way as when you go here. Okay, you see here it loads this 13,900 records so that it can find you when you put your details in. So now you can't type your details until this is finished loading. Now this is exactly how Cellbucks works. It has to download all the information to your phone for that page before it can do what it needs to do. So that's an irritation. Now, besides that, they're going to be putting in geofencing. In other words, from your geolocation of your GPS coordinates, it's going to then know where you are physically. And then if you're looking for a takeout or you're looking for a car wash or a doggy parlor or whatever, where you are, it will then point you to any Cellbucks merchant that's within your proximity. Okay, or if you're looking for the closest spa store or the closest this or that or petrol station or whatever it might be, to get us to go and buy from cell phone merchants, okay, Cellbucks merchants. So if they're doing that, they wouldn't be able to do it from a web interface. They would have to do it from a cell phone application. And if they're going to be developing a cell phone application, which they're talking about weeks away, not months away or years away, I've been told from France that they said that the first release, that I don't know if it's the first testing unit that they're going to have out as far as the software goes, should be available in a couple of weeks. And I think that was a week ago, so maybe 2 or 3 weeks from now. And if that is the case, that they're doing an actual cell phone app, which I believe they need to do because they're going to be doing the geofencing, I don't see why they wouldn't be able to actually make it that you could log into your account and the problem is you'd have to select, but I mean, I can give you the selection anyway, which voucher you want to use, and then just tap your phone. And it should send that voucher number to the point of sales, because that's exactly how it works with a card. It just sends that same 16-digit number to the point of sale device. So I definitely see all these things happening in the future, but those are the sort of suggestions we need to add to the suggestions so that France can have his meetings with Cellbucks and actually say, this is what people are asking for. Because as it's growing, they're obviously making money as well, and they can afford to upgrade their back end and their systems to make it easier for everybody. Because I agree with you totally, it'll be a lot easier if we don't have to type in that number. You know, at the moment, it's a bit irritating, but it's worth the while. It's worth what we're doing. But I can guarantee you in the future, they will have a plan to make it easier. And I will take it up. I'll make a note of it.
I appreciate that. And then a similar kind of question, what about buying vouchers from Voucher Warehouse? Say that it can be automatified, that if you can only buy it and retrieve your voucher immediate and automatically.
Yeah, I think they're working on that as well. I have been speaking to Dave about that, and I have heard about integration into Cellbucks. In fact, and not in Cellbucks, into Bitcoin Wise. I know that France is actually looking at adding a lot more products in Bitcoin Wise directly, that we could buy airtime and data and everything else. And I'm not sure whether he's working with Dave on that, or who he's working with. So I'll be out of my depth to say anything, to be honest. But I know that they're talking about having a backend for Bitcoin Wise itself, that the Bitcoin Wise members can actually purchase products that you can buy online, directly out of Bitcoin Wise, like your utilities and everything else. So I've got a feeling that it's related to an integration together with Voucher Warehouse, because they've got the doors to all those facilities. However, the pro and the con side of it is that at the moment, I think the biggest focus for Voucher Warehouse is that they want feet in the door with Pick and Pay. That's how they got those products. So they're wanting people to go into Pick and Pay to actually use the Pick and Pay vouchers. So I don't know the way around that. I mean, ideally, if Pick and Pay gave it to you online, that would also make life easy. That you could get your Pick and Pay voucher from Voucher Warehouse and then go online and pay your utility bills or whatever you need to pay directly on Pick and Pay's website. That would also be great. You know, the fact that you can go to what do you call it, Take-A-Lot or whatever, and buy online and pay with Cellbucks. Why can't we do the same with Pick and Pay to spend a voucher from Pick and Pay? And can't we also do a system where at Bitcoin Wise we can buy the Pick and Pay voucher directly online and then just transfer it directly to Pick and Pay to pay what we want to pay through Easy Pay? But eventually, I think it all takes time on development. You know, these things don't happen overnight. So it's a matter of integrating the systems. They're all in place and they all work. It's just to make them more seamless so we all get that benefit. And as we grow, I can't see them not doing it, because they're going to have the numbers that are going to force them to do it. Let's put it that way. Yeah.
Thanks, Peter. Then we've got hope for the future.
Yes. Anyway, I hope that helps for understanding. It also gives an insight for everybody on the channel at the moment to understand where things are going and how there is a bright future with all of this. I mean, you can only imagine if it's all automated and it's all simple. You know, like you say, just tap your phone to pay wherever you go. It just makes it that much less cumbersome. Anyway, thanks, Hendrik.
Thanks.
Okay, Isaiah, you were next.
Thank you very much. I'm just supporting what Hendrik was saying regarding the simplifying. I know you've already answered it, but I'm just here to say it's so crucial that the company try and pushes it to a simpler process, because we are not only dealing with people who are sort of educated. Some of them are, if we are going to rope in people in SASA, which means they're not highly educated. They're not highly so it becomes simple things becomes complicated for them. So using a card where you just tap, with no questions asked, it becomes easier for them. Easier also for those cashiers.
In fact, as you're talking, so I'm already developing things in my head. For example, you know, when you got there's a couple of things that I've already made comments on, and I'll keep doing it. Okay, hopefully I'll plant the seed. Is that, you know, when you create the voucher, if you make a payment, it goes to your voucher, and if you add money to it, it goes to the same voucher. But then when you get paid from Bitcoin Wise, for example, on your commissions, it goes into a separate voucher. Okay. So what happens is you have to collapse the vouchers so that you end up with one voucher. Now, what I see as a future development or an option in the back end for Cellbucks is that there should be a couple settings that we can choose. For example, that I don't want to have multiple vouchers. Whenever a new voucher comes in, it must automatically collapse. So I've always only got one voucher. So all my money sits in one voucher. And then that way, when I want to tap my phone, I don't have to go and choose which voucher I want to tap from. It'll always be all the money all in one voucher. Like you got all your money in your wallet. You're not worried about the breakdown, because the breakdown, you can look on your transactions. You know, you can look on your transactions to see your breakdown of money coming in, money going out, and the collapse of the vouchers. And you can have one voucher with all your money in it, so you don't have to even worry about collapsing the voucher. That's my personal feeling. I'm saying all this.
No, that's very true.
Yeah,
it's very true. It took me some time to understanding that collapsing of vouchers and where
that's
to
why
get
I say
it.
we can get rid of all of that. All of that, that I call it the kitchen stuff. You know, that's the stuff that happens in the kitchen, and the outside you just want to eat the steak. You're not too worried about what's happening in the kitchen. Okay. And the other one that I was thinking about just now that I actually mentioned that I would like as well. Now I'm trying to remember what it was. Yes. What happens is, and this is for myself, okay, but it'll work for other people as well. You know, if you go into any banking application, you can set future payment, you know, scheduled payments. Now, if I want to send money to my wife once a week, because if I send her all the money at the beginning of the month, she spends it all, and then during the month she needs more money. So what I do is I send her 1,000 Rand a week on Soulbucks, okay, and I have to manually do it every week. I would like to be able to set up a schedule that I sell it for the next year or 2 years, every week send 1,000 Rand. And then once a month, I will transfer one amount to my account, and then I can then schedule payments to everybody else. And in fact, that's the way I can pay salaries. I can pay whatever I need to pay every week or every month. I can do it through a schedule. So that's another feature that I would like to see on the back end of Soulbucks. Anyway.
Awesome.
Okay, thanks a lot. Is it Dawn with an E? Dawn?
Yes, it's Dawn. Or Dawn, yeah.
Silent E or Dawn?
Yeah. Whatever you prefer.
Great.
Okay, question number 1. When can we start signing up merchants, like small business owners, let's say restaurateurs and guest houses? I live in a tourist town.
Yes.
So I would like to approach these business owners. And question number 2 is corporate customers. Are we allowed to approach corporate customers, or is that only for head office to do?
Sorry, which customers or which merchants are you talking about that is only for head office? Or that you think
corporate customers. Corporate businesses in South Africa.
Oh, corporate businesses. No, as far as I'm aware, you're allowed to approach any business. My suggestion, though, is if it is a corporate, Sue might have an answer, but if it is a corporate business, it might be good to actually, if you want to approach them, especially if you're going to a head office, is to maybe get hold of head office first. I'm talking about Bitcoin Wise, and just say, if they haven't approached them, can you approach them? Because what I've been told is you can approach anybody, and if we want help from Soulbucks itself, not from Bitcoin Wise, but Soulbucks will actually come on remotely while we're there in a meeting. They'll have a Zoom and actually explain everything and basically close the deal and talk to the officers themselves, whoever they may be. Even if it's a smaller business, they will actually assist in actually explaining Soulbucks to the business and where they come from and who they are and all that sort of thing. So, all we need to do is put our foot in the door, and they will assist us. So I don't see a problem. Personally, I don't understand a problem going to any corporate or anything that's not on Soulbucks. However, I am aware of a lot of the big corporates, like at the moment, for example, with Massmart or the Massmart group, which is obviously what do you call it? Macro and all the rest of them. That's a recent acquisition of Soulbucks, okay? But it's all done through Y-Code. Remembering that Y-Code is basically another Bitcoin Wise that is out there busy marketing Soulbucks, okay? Before Bitcoin Wise came around, Y-Code came around. And Y-Code was approached because they were already in the door with ShopRite and Checkers, okay? And they are busy finding those big corporates because they're in that realm. You know what I'm saying? So you don't particularly want to cheese somebody off by going to a corporate that they're already talking to. And imagine if everybody in Bitcoin Wise, you might have, out of 13,509 people, we might have 10 people trying to talk to one corporate. You know what I'm trying to say? Both from Durban, Joburg, and Cape Town, and they all need to talk to one head office. So it could become a sticky issue, but on the smaller businesses, definitely no problem to go in directly and talk to them, because they probably haven't heard about Bitcoin Wise or Soulbucks at this point. And I don't know what Y-Code offers them over what Bitcoin Wise is offering them, as far as what we offer is rewards from everybody that's shopping. I don't believe Code offers those corporates what we're offering them. They're probably offering them as percentage of the transaction fee at their stores. You know what I'm trying to say? So they're basically sharing the profit or profit share, like Bitcoin Wise is getting a profit and sharing it with us. They're getting a profit and sharing it with them, if you know what I'm saying. So yeah. And that's
so what
all
would be so what would be my first step? Because with an individual, I just tell them about the business.
The easiest step, there is a PowerPoint presentation as well. I don't think there's I must actually speak to both France and Max about doing an actual revamping and redoing the actual corporate look and feel for a merchant, a merchant presentation, because we haven't actually got an official merchant presentation, but we have got an old one that's in PDF that I've got that I can share with you, and it's on the knowledge base. And there is the video that I created, which is basically an extract from that PowerPoint that explains to merchants the benefits. And because I'm a merchant myself, I understand the benefits because I've asked the questions, and I can personally explain them to you quite easily, so that you could pass them on. But like I say, the best is to just watch that video. That's the one that's called. It's on the
one.
It's on that business lead one, the merchant information, and that basically gives most of what it's all about. The benefit to you by introducing them, I don't know if you understand that, but there's no real upfront money benefit. It's more that anybody that they introduce to their clients, in other words, they now have a free loyalty reward program that they're offering their clients, okay? And it's costing them nothing. Together with that, they can also create vouchers which can only be spent at their own store on specials, or they can create a voucher that will work at any store. So they could have a rewards program that they build up a reward for their clients, their clients that come back to them, and they could then offer them a voucher that they could spend anywhere. They can make their own vouchers up with that voucher number, okay? Like you can give somebody a voucher, the same sort of thing. But the benefit for you really is that the numbers underneath them should grow exponentially if they use it to actually promote it to their client base to use Soulbucks. But the other thing that I'm still looking for and waiting for is, and that's another thing that's on my list, is some marketing material for merchants where they can stick it on their window. Like we do Visa and MasterCard, we do Soulbucks. You know what I'm trying to say? So people start recognizing Soulbucks at the merchant. You know what I'm meaning? And any other sort of point of sale material that can be put out there for merchants to use it as their rewards program as part of them, that they can add their logo to the rewards program, backed or supported by Bitcoin Wise rather than Soulbucks, because we want everybody to become Bitcoin Wise members, not Soulbucks members, if you hear what I'm saying. The product is Soulbucks, but the business we're in is actually Bitcoin Wise, because Bitcoin Wise is the one that makes the profit from Soulbucks that shares it with us. Anyway, so that's my 5 cents. Thanks, Dawn.
Oh, thanks, Peter.
Okay, Tuli. Hi.
Yes. How are you?
Good, and yourself?
I'm good. First question, I just want to understand that as we joined with 200 Rand, we still needed to join the starter pack for 350, or we are members with that 200 Rand, it's fine?
No, well, officially it's 350 Rand now. It was supposed to be from the 1st of September. I think they gave leniency till the 2nd of September. So basically, if we joined before September, it was 200 Rand. After September, it's 350.
Also, those who joined before the 1st of September, they are okay. They are members.
Yes, they're fine. So long as they're paid before the 1st of September, they're fine. They should be qualified members with the service pack, with the 200 Rand.
Okay. Then it's not a question, it's the emphasizing from Isaiah that if we do have the cards, it will make simple even for the cashiers, because you need to explain yourself. What is Soulbucks? they're not telling them. Yes. So with the card, it's gonna be simple for everyone. You just tap and leave.
Yeah. The only thing is, I don't see it being a card. I see it being the cell phone.
Yeah.
And the reason why it'll be the cell phone that you have to tap is that the voucher number will always change. Because if you understand the technical aspect, every time you do a transaction, the voucher number changes. So you can't change the voucher number on the card. So you can change it on the phone. So I believe it'll end up being the cell phone that you tap.
Yeah, that will be better even for the new customers, because they are scary to join because of the SMS. If I'm losing the SMS, I'm losing my voucher. So yeah, if you just tap, yes.
Yeah. Anyway,
thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks. Is anybody else? Yeah, there we go. Sandra. Hi, Sandra. You need to unmute yourself. Sandra, I can see you talking, but we can't hear you.
Mute, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes, great.
Yeah, sorry about that. I just wanted to know, thank you very much. This is awesome, but it's a lot of information. And I wanted to check with you, will this be recorded and can one get it so that one can, there's a lot of people that is not so skilled in computer and all this stuff. And it would be nice if one can just listen to it at your own pace, at a slower pace, and understand I mean, there's a lot of pages there, so I'm just wanting to know, can we access that?
Yeah, you can watch, you can pause, you can fast forward, you can rewind.
That's the idea. That's the idea. Excellent.
But you need to get to the knowledge base to get to it. And also it'll be a link. Every time I finish uploading it, I put it onto the presentations group on WhatsApp so that everybody knows that it's there.
Awesome. Awesome.
By tomorrow morning, you'll have it there. Okay.
Yeah, excellent. Thanks, Peter. Thanks once again.
Pleasure. Pfizer, if I pronounce it correctly.
Yes, that's correct. It's Pfizer. Hi, Peter. Always nice to listen to you. Just two questions. The first question is, with all these changes, and I'm not sure if others feel the same way, but to have to make a voucher between Monday and Friday or Monday and Thursday, and not have the availability on a weekend I'm not sure if that's going to change anytime soon.
Yeah. You're talking specifically with the voucher warehouse?
No, not really.
No. So when you're talking about the voucher, when you're uploading to Cellbucks?
Yes.
When you're paying Cellbucks. I think it's very much automated. I don't think it should make any difference when you pay, so long as you the real issue is not so much when you pay, it's how you pay. So if you do an immediate payment, it should automatically go through, because if your reference number is your phone number and it's correct, there's no human intervention. So if it's an immediate payment, their system should automatically pick it up and automatically create the voucher within 15 minutes, okay? And that's why they had all those changes between the banks and the problems that they had that they try to sort out. But with that said, I refuse to do an immediate payment, even though I bank from Standard Bank. I would rather pay a normal payment and wait for it to arrive the next morning, because it'll still arrive the next morning and it'll still go in, but it will save me that R6 odd for not having an immediate payment, because I don't see the point of it. So it's a matter of just planning ahead. I mean, for me personally, it's a monthly commitment. When I get my salary, I make the payment as I would make my payment to the bond or the insurance company or whatever else, because I work out a schedule of what I need to pay through Cellbucks. So my utility bills and my monthly spending on groceries and whatever else that I will spend, I put into the Cellbucks wallet when I get paid. So it doesn't make it crucial that I must immediately put it in because I need to spend it now. It's like waiting for yourself to run out of toilet paper before you find the next roll,
No, I get that.
Yeah, you're spending
so it's just budgeting that.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a budgeting.
Yeah, it's a budget. You put it in there. I mean, with myself, I wait for my utility bill to get to me to buy my voucher from Voucher Warehouse, but I wait for it, and I only have to pay it in by the 15th of the month. So it actually buys me 15 days to wait for the statement to come from my municipality so that I can see how much I need to pay. And then I only pay it around the 15th or before the 15th. And I must watch the date, it's the 9th.
Okay, and I just want to know about the schools project. Is that where would I find more information on that?
I must be honest, I personally don't know much information about the school project. We'd have to find out. If Sue's there, she can maybe answer.
Don't go to that. Come here.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
You could probably tell me more about it than I can tell you.
It's just that I saw it and I missed that one Zoom, and yeah, and I can't seem to get a hold of anybody that knows about this and can give me some more information.
I'll ask. There's Rian, you know about it. Hi, Rian.
Hi, Peter. Yes, Pfizer. Yeah, so the school project is still going on. We just had to re-strategize. Some of our income buckets kind of disappeared, and we had to re-strategize how to fill the bucket to have some funding for schools again. So we will have a webinar again in the near future, hopefully still this week, and we will let the people know what to do. But yeah, just keep an eye on the groups. We will post the link when we are ready for the webinar. So there is a WhatsApp group. You can contact myself or Latasha or Bonnie and send us your details, and we will get you into that group. Okay, so it's still going.
Well, Rian,
okay, no problem. Thank you so much.
Sorry, Rian, I'm very happy to see you here. Thanks for addressing us here this evening as well. And my question to you, seems that you've heard all this waffle coming out of my mouth. Have I been talking sense?
Yeah. No, I've been following. The only thing that I can maybe say, somebody asked a question about the speed of their transfers into Cellbox. Now, even when you do an immediate payment, you need to be aware that your bank determines the speed. As soon as Cellbox get your money from your bank, it's immediately within 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So if your bank takes 3 hours or 1 day or 10 hours to do it, so your bank's got cutoffs for immediate payments, and that will determine how fast it is. Otherwise, it is, if you're net bank to net bank, you do it 24/7.
Yeah. So when you say when it lands in Cellbox, when it lands in NetBank, because NetBank will immediately then forward it. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's in NetBank, in the Cellbox account of NetBank. And Cellbox will have the money in their pot, and they've got it, or NetBank has got a 15-minute cycle. Every 15 minutes, they'll push it to Cellbox. Yeah. As soon as it's in Cellbox, you get that SMS. It's automatically, if your reference number is correct, obviously.
Yes.
But it's your bank that determines the speed of getting it to NetBank.
Any other delays?
It's got nothing to do with Cellbox.
Okay, great stuff. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tuli.
Sorry, I forgot to ask, maybe it's possible for us to get flyers, like take those flyers to go to the mall, giving people those flyers, maybe putting my number then they call me back to assist them. It's possible for us to get that?
Yes, it is. There are flyers available, and if you want to see them, I can show them to you quickly so you can see on screen what they look like. I'm going to go back into the knowledge base, and I'm going to look here for flyer. Okay, and this is what it looks like. The front of it looks like this. And then the back of it looks like this. Okay, so that's it's a half of an A4, I think it is. And they are printed as well if you want to buy them printed. And then you just put your name, your telephone number, and your sponsor number here. And it's even got where to pay the money. However, I can see that also says 200 Rand. It doesn't matter where we look, we keep seeing the 200 Rand. So that needs to be addressed as well.
So how do I buy them? Because I really need them.
Yes, what you do is you go over here. Where is it? I'm going to find it now. There's a place for merchandise. Let me just look for it. It's easier. In fact, I'm sure it was right in the front here. Oh, I saw it. I know where it is. There's a link here. So I get rid of this off the screen. Over here. Here we go. So if you go here, it says Okay, it says contact Sue. I was told to change that to not contact Sue, and it's not that. It's the email address. You must speak to somebody else on the email address. I don't know why it hasn't changed yet, because I did change it. But it's, you see in the bottom, or if you see when I hold my cursor over here, you have to send an email to merchandise.becw@proton.me. And then just tell them you'd like to purchase some flyers. What would it cost to deliver to your door? And what is the minimum that you can order, or what is the costing? And they will be able to tell you. But that's the email address. Otherwise, my next thing would say talk to Sue, but I don't know who else to talk to find out, because I know Sue was involved with doing the catalog, and I don't know if the catalog actually has the flyers on it, but I know flyers are part of the merchandising equipment. So if we have a look here, I'm just waiting for it to load. I don't know why it's so slow. I don't know why it's not loading. I just want to see if it's the link, what the link is here. Oh, it's a flower book. That's not working. I don't know if she's made changes to it or something, but that link doesn't seem to want to work now for the catalog. I know she sent it to me over here. Let me just look for it on my WhatsApp quickly, because she doesn't seem to be with us at the moment. She was earlier. Here we go. She sent it to me. Maybe I have to change the link. Let's just see if this opens. No, see, that's the link she sent me, the latest link that she sent me, and it's not working. So something she's done has changed, or something's happened. But anyway, like I say, she's the one handling the merchandise, and part of the merchandise is the flyers. But like I said, the flyers need to be changed as well. I personally think that we had a discussion the other day about it. I'm very transparent about things on the actual branding and the logos and everything else. And the argument between people in the meeting was that some people were saying they don't want to give out the logos, and they don't want to give out the flyers as things that we can print as members. And other people were saying, well, I was saying as well, is that the problem is that with AI and with all the technology available, people can take any document they want. I can take this, for example, and I can open this up, and I can tell AI to remove the background, and I'll have this logo for myself. So I can get a copy of it anyway. So why not give people a copy of it that's in perfect condition, instead of letting them try and mock up their own paperwork or documents? If they don't want to buy flyers and they want to make their own and print them locally, I don't see why not, because it just makes life more difficult. If they feel they can get it cheaper, it's to the business's benefit. For example, you want to make a T-shirt and you want the logo and you want to put it on, the colors are black, and the logo is this logo, the other side. At least give a person an option if they want to make it themselves, so long as they're using the artwork that's been done corporately. And if it's something that you want to make, like a brochure or a flyer or something, get it approved by head office, and let them approve it, and then go and get it printed. That's all that I would ask. And if it's not an approved document, maybe we should even have a little number on the bottom when it's approved, so that nobody can argue that it wasn't approved. Like a reference number or something that means nothing to anybody other than head office. And that way we can make sure that everybody's using approved stationery, and they can go back to a register and see who approved it. And if anybody has complaints about it, it can be taken up with management. Because at the end of the day, like I say, this is a business. And even though we're each building only 15,000 people, you take everybody into account, it's going to be millions of us in this business. Anyway, Hendrik, I see your hands up again. Now?
Sorry, Peter. I just want to elaborate on what Tuli said. It was on my mind just when she said it. I only want to make sure, when you tap your phone, will it be possible to put in the identifier as well, so that you don't have to explain to the cashier what type of payment you're making, so that the identifier will open up the door for that?
I think, I don't know, but I think there might be an issue doing that, because the point of sale itself is out of our control. It's out of Cellbucks's control. Remember that they give what's called an API, application interface, to the programmers of the point of sale at Pick and Pay, for example, or Checkers. and then they do their integration. And at the moment, when you want to pay, they push a button on the point of sale that says Cellbucks, and that's all they have to do is just say Cellbucks or credit card or whatever it is. And once they push that button, you can just show your phone and it's done. So it's a matter of the left button or the right button. Is it a normal payment or is it a Cellbucks payment? So yeah, and Y code. I mean, they refer to Y code. So it's not that difficult. And if it's on the cell phone, we just open the application and tap it, and that's it. And they just push the button that says Y code, and we tap it. You know what I'm saying? I can't see that being too difficult, even as it stands at the moment. Because the only difference is that instead of physically typing in the number where us as mortal beings can make mistakes, or give it to the operator, the till operator, to type it in and she makes a mistake, that's the worst that can happen at the moment. Whereas if you're just showing your phone, there won't be any mistakes and it will be a lot easier. Anyway, that's my opinion.
It's normally the explanation, I'm going to use Y code.
But
then they start the conversation. They don't do that, and they don't know that, and that.
That is training. That's their organization's problem. They need to train their staff. The thing is that as we have more people using it, the next time when you've spoken to that operator, she understands what it is. The next time she will know it. The problem is they don't know it. There's not enough of us buying with Y code. As soon as there's more of us buying with Y code, it's like when credit cards came out. They probably didn't know what the credit card was or how to do it or whatever. I mean, they should have got training, but they obviously don't get training for every feature on their point of sale. And that's where the problem comes in. It's actually their management that's at fault. You should almost call their manager when they argue about it and say, why haven't you trained your staff? I mean, especially after they bring the manager and the manager shows them how to do it. Ask them, what about the rest of the point of sale staff? Do they all know how to do it? Or every time I come here, are we going to have the same argument?
Okay, thanks, Peter.
Pleasure. Naomi, hi.
Hi, Peter.
Hi. We just wanted to say hello.
Yes, Peter, thank you very much. I just want to make a comment on the lady about the merchandise.
Yes.
I actually do printing myself, or used to, and I just want to say that excluding of the courier costs, the pricing that they've given us on, I'm specifically talking about the clothing and stuff, not the flyers and stuff, but on the clothing and stuff, the prices are excellent.
Oh, brilliant.
I'd just like to mention that.
That's good to know.
And then I'd just like to ask, with regards to the app, the app that's coming now,
yes,
our back office, our starter pack that we look here at tonight, will that be included into the app?
So you're talking now the Cellbucks app?
Yeah, the Cellbucks app that we discussed earlier. Will this be integrated into that?
No, Bitcoin-wise won't be integrated into Cellbucks at all. We're totally different companies, not related to each other at all. We're just a marketing arm like Y code. That's the way I'm putting it. Independent of Cellbucks itself.
Okay, so then the next question would be, do you anticipate our starter pack eventually being in the form of an app?
Do I anticipate what Bitcoin was being in the form of an app?
And the starter pack that we're discussing tonight, the thing that's all here that we're discussing tonight, will that be maybe on an app?
Yeah, the Cellbucks side of things, I believe, will be in an actual cell phone app that you'll have to install, like a normal application. And that's why I say if they're going to use an application like that, which they'll need to do if they want to use the geolocations and all the rest of it, then it would be nice for them to give us the tap facility. It would just make sense. But I'm going to take that up with them anyway. It's part of my questions. That's why I'm happy we're discussing it all, because it also makes me remember all these things so that I can look at this recording later and write all the questions and get all the answers. Get the true answers from the horse's mouth rather than from me.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot, Karen. Hi. Hello, Karen. Or was it? Or was it Karen?
Hi, Peter.
Yes, hi.
Peter, how are you?
Yes, I'm good, thank you.
I have a question. With the presentation, I finally got it when Rian was saying it on Sunday, especially on the part of the.
I'm sorry, but your audio is breaking up. Your audio is breaking up quite a bit. I can't hear you clearly. Yeah, not clearly.
Internet is better.
You can try again.
With the presentation.
Oh.
With the presentation, I finally got it when I was doing the presentation.
Yeah, sorry, I can't hear what you're saying. I apologize.
You can.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I did. I heard you say that. I'm not sure whether you can type your question, but I need to see where I would see that. Let's bring this onto my screen. Yeah, I can't see where the notes are now to see if you're typing. Anyway, yeah, no, unfortunately, I don't know how we can communicate if I can't hear you. Anyway, sorry, I don't know if there's any other questions, but we've gone past the hour. So I think I'd like to call it an evening if everybody's happy with that for now. And Karen van der Wat, do you want to talk? Karen? Was it you earlier that I couldn't hear? Because I still see your hands up. Ah, Karen, there you go. Can you unmute yourself? I can't hear you. Just click your unmute button. I'm sorry, we still can't hear you. You're still muted. They should give us the opportunity to unmute you from the hosting side. All I can do is ask for you to unmute, but I can't actually unmute you, unfortunately. Oh. I'm sorry, we can't hear you, Karen. So frustrating, eh? Yeah. Yeah. That's a bit of a bugger. Anyway, maybe next time we can talk next Tuesday. You can show a thumbs up because I can see you. I wish I could lip read. Anyway, thanks a lot. Have a good evening further, everybody, and thanks a lot for joining. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, strength to strength, and good luck to everybody. Thanks. Cheers for now.
All right. Thanks, Peter.
Cheers. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.